A little good stuff and some bad stuff. I think, of course, obviously everyone could see it was not the start that we have planned for. But I think the mindset from the players, the character from the players to bounce back straight after, and also probably play some of our best football this season in the 20-30 minutes after that it really makes me and also the players happy about that. And there's still some things, especially the second half, where I'm not overly satisfied, but that we take next time I see the players. So, yeah, it's an okay Sunday.
Thanks.
It is Sunday, right? It is Sunday.
Ja.
Sunday.
Kommen wir zu euren Fragen. Bitte mal ein kurzes Handzeichen, dann kommt das Mikrofon zu euch.
When you came here, you said it will take until April or May until your idea of football is going to be visible in the team. I think you're a few weeks ahead now. How much is still missing?
Oh, there's a lot missing. I still think we have to find the balance between when do we pass short, when do we have to be a little bit more direct, especially our movements when we are direct. I think we lost it too many times when we kicked it long from our goalkeeper. There we have to be better in our team structure. Also defensively, I think there were some things, especially the second half today, where I want us to be much more high pressing. I want us to take much more initiative without the ball. So there's always things to look at, but what I'm happy about is the character of the players, it's the mindset of the players, and it's the way they approach these games, where they believe in themselves, they have confidence, they show courage, and I'm, like I said, probably mostly happy with the 10 minutes after the goal that we concede, the first one, because you can lose a game when you make a mistake like that. If you cannot come back from it, if you cannot stick to the game plan and what we have trained, if you start to not believe in yourself anymore and do things that we have not trained, then you have lost already after 1 minute. So there's many good things, and probably the character of the players is the best.
As you said, still a few things on the defensive side to improve, but also the stability in the first few passes from behind, as was shown in the first goal you conceded. How did that happen, and how to improve that?
Yeah, because we're too slow. We knew that the front line of players will not put us under pressure, and then they were man marking on the line behind that. So we need to create the space with passes before we can start to get in between them and in behind them. And the way to do that is not to be slow and just stand with the ball. We have to constantly move it from side to side, because then there will be space in between them. And of course you have to do that with quality and a good structure and good positions. And that was then what we saw in some of the moments after the goal we conceded, that we found the perfect positions and we had quality on the ball. So of course everyone could see there was moments where we didn't, and there were moments where we were good. And of course the development of the team is to have more good moments than bad.
There were a few moments in the second half LASK seemed to come alive again, and I think it's not the first time that with a lead in your hands, there might have been a few points of percentage too much of getting a bit slower and not keeping the tension up. Is it impossible to keep the tension up for 90 minutes, or is this just too much of security?
It's still difficult for us because I think we have to improve a lot of things. We have to improve our capacity physically, so we can do much more over 90 minutes. We're still not close to where I will be satisfied. And that's one thing. We try to change 2 out of 3 of the front players to see if we could actually put them more under pressure. I don't think it really worked out for us. And then the next thing is, then if you cannot succeed there, then you just have to be very good on the ball. And I think there was good moments in second half where we really managed to create space and get in between them and in behind them. But there was also moments where it was a little bit shaky. And like I said, that's the moments we have to improve. I'm just happy that we have these moments and that we get the reward for it when we do it well and we score goals and we create chances, because that's eventually where we want to go.
First goal for Jakoba. What do you say about his performance and his overall situation with getting closer and closer to the starting 11?
he's not getting closer because he is in the starting lineup every time he's ready. The only thing is with him and his injury history is that we really, really have to be careful because we cannot lose him here. So we knew again today that it will be a matter of about 45 to 60 minutes. So we have also planned the last half an hour of the game. I think he was brilliant, and I think every time we managed to beat their high pressing or their press, he was involved in that. And I think he's shows calmness on the ball. He's brave and he finds good solutions. And I'm really pleased with his performance. And of course, obviously the goal is also quite okay.
Last one from my side. I don't want to make it bigger than it was, but the situation around the penalty kick and Giannis, who wanted to take it, and you had a few words with him after that situation. What happened there? Was he too confident in wanting to take the penalty?
Yeah, we never, in everything we do, smallest detail is planned and prepared. And we never go away from that. So when we struggle in the game, when we concede after 30 seconds, we stick to the game plan and we do exactly what we have prepared. And also regarding penalties, there's a clear list. We have prepared it. So I have a meeting with him in 10 minutes.
Thanks.
You took my first question because of what we will see in April. But I think the break now, 2 weeks, is this the right time or is it the wrong time for the team?
From a coach perspective, it's always good to have a few more days to practice and get even better. I'm not carried away by this momentum stuff because the games are so tight, and you can sometimes you can lose even though you perform well, and you can win if you don't. So we only focus on improvement and especially our environment and what we do as a team together. So to have a few more days now, I think it's okay. And also I can also see in the eyes of some of the players that some of them start to be a little tired. Some of them have played a lot of minutes, so I don't think it's bad for us that we will have a few days with not too much intensity.
You said it already that you're happy that the teams stick to the game plan, although the first goal happened after 31 seconds. Do you have to educate, to inform, to prepare the fans as well? Because they are not used to that type of football and they're getting panic when Nicky Hill had the ball and everything needs a few seconds. Does it influence to the players?
I don't think so, because I think especially a guy like Nicky Hill, he's quite calm and he's not really affected by too much going on from the outside. But of course, when you have a club that probably have had 150 coaches in 10 years, then the fans are also not really used to what to see. They don't know what to expect from the team because it's different from season to season. So they also have to be a part of this journey and a part of the development we are doing as a team. So we have to educate them a little bit, but I can also understand why they don't feel 100% comfortable because they have to get used to it. So we appreciate the good support, and then hopefully in a couple of months' time they get more used to the way that we want to play. But I will also say we still have to find the balance between playing too risky and finding the moments not to do it.
Thomas Muck, Sport Report. Coach, first of all, congrats on the W. You spoke about the reaction. When we look back a couple of weeks ago, several weeks ago, where the results were not coming in, you had the first setback in the game and the players showed reaction. They were shocked. Today, when you consider a goal after 31 seconds, normally you expect that the players are shocked, the heads are bending down. But today, I didn't have the feeling. I had the feeling that the chest was so big that they say, okay, we stick to the game plan, let's roll. How would you see this, and how would you see the progression from the mental side that with these setbacks, there was no setback on the pitch?
I think it's when you come in as a coach and you start to work with new players and a new team, I think probably the most important thing you have to show them is trust. So I've said since day one with them that if we make mistakes, then take it easy. It's on me, because I tell you to do the different things when we play. So just make sure, and that's the only thing I will criticize, if you start to do something that I've not told you to do. And that's maybe the most important thing, and I try to stick to that every day. I'm also brutally honest, so when we go through the game with the team, then I will also tell them what is not good enough. But I will show them all the moments that when they stick to the game plan, when they stick to what we have prepared. And one of the things we have prepared and also improved is the team mentality. I keep on highlighting things where we run back in full sprint when we have to, where we defend as a team, we defend as a unit. All these moments, and these moments are as important. But what I saw out there today and what I've seen for a handful of games now is a team that wants the best for each other, and that's the most important thing for me.
That would be my second question. The team mentality. How would you see that from the outside looking in? I had the feeling that something is growing, something is developing from your start until now, that even with setbacks like this, or the second goal, or when LASK was better in the game, that the players have guidelines and they walk with confidence in it. Would you say that the confidence with the W's is now the biggest difference between now and the period where the results were not coming in?
Yeah, maybe. I think we have given them a lot of clarity in the game and different solutions to different situations. And we keep on repeating that, and we keep on training that. And the more we do it, of course, hopefully they will get better and better and better. And that's also what I said to you when I started. I probably have to find another job if the team played the same way as we played against Ried a couple of months ago. So of course I have to believe that we improve by doing the things that we have to do. But when you start to then do the things that you train and you can see the reward that you get from it, you create chances, you can control games, then of course the confidence will grow, and that confidence you have to also bring when you face difficulties, when things are a little bit difficult out there, when things are not playing out the exact same way that we wanted to. And then that confidence, but also that belief in the things that we do every single day, that has to carry you through. And that's, I think, what we see from the players at the moment, and we also see it from players coming on from the bench, that they know exactly what they have to do, they know exactly about their role. We don't put players on just for them to show how good they are. No, they have a role to fill out when we put them on. And I keep repeating that for the players. I keep mentioning it. I keep highlighting it. It's the role you have, and you have to do it 100%.
Final question for now, Coach. I asked you before the game about the table, about the championship, and you say that for us media people, it's part of our job to look at the table and to analyze situations. Fans can dream, supporters can dream. You are now big in the title race. How do you see the table? Do you look at it? And
what do you think?
You're Scandinavian. You are in an emotional zero line like always, but how do you see the title race, and is this Scandinavian emotional zero line maybe a big advantage in the fight for a place in the European competitions next season?
I see it in that way, that if we start just to slip 1% in training, then we have absolutely no chance. And that's why I tell you that it's not really important for me to look at that table all the time. The important thing is for me, I look at player behavior, I look at how they enter the training center in the morning, I look at how much effort they put into the training. I watch it over and over and over again. And I can just say that one of my assistant coaches had meetings with some players at the hotel in Salzburg last week because we watched training and we were not satisfied with their performances in training. So we keep on constantly focusing on the environment and what we do every day. That's the only chance we have of thinking about something out there that we cannot really affect right now. The only thing we can do is to make sure that we perform to our maximum next time we play.
Hi, Coach. Jannis Horn told us he is proud to be part of this team, and this is one of the two big differences. In fact, these players are now a team, and the other change is the style of playing and the combination football. You as a coach, what is the more important fact for you? The team spirit or the style of playing?
The team spirit, 100%. You cannot achieve anything in football if you put yourself above the team, or if you don't follow the plan that has been made, or if you're not willing to sacrifice yourself to support a teammate in all these moments. And like I said a couple of times now, we highlight that every single day, because that's the only thing that really, really matters to me if we talk about success and being successful as a team. So that's the thing I'm most happy about. And then we highlight all the small moments that happens in the game. For example, today where we concede after 30 seconds, I highlight behavior from players. How do we support each other in that moment? How do we react to it? What is the next sequence that we do? How do we focus on the kickoff straight after? Do we have someone who is looking down? Is the chest up? Are we ready for the next action? All these kinds of moments, and that's what we keep on highlighting, and we keep also highlighting it in training, that we want to train with the same intensity as we play games, and also the same mindset. So that's definitely the thing I'm looking most at, and yeah, simple as that. You have no chance if you don't have a good team spirit.
Another question. It was the third game in a row with the first set piece following a goal. Now it was the first time it was in the scoreboard. Did you have a doubt, maybe in memory of the video assistant?
If I had doubt in the assistant,
because you couldn't believe what happened the last two times after the first set piece.
The video assistant. Yeah, I still think when I see these lines, when I see pictures of how these lines are drawn, I still don't really get it. But again, you know, we cannot focus too much on that. We just have to be a little bit better, and then make sure that we always find the target areas for us on these set pieces, and we work with it with the same quality. And I can see how they work with it and how they prepare it, and then it's just a matter of time before the goal will come.
If it is not too big mystery, could you tell us, is the first set piece in a game, should it be the most important, and the style of Matti Seidel has done it because it was Ausu and now 2 times Schöller? I think there's a plan.
Yeah, of course you don't know if you get a corner kick more, so you have to get everything out of the first one that you have. No, I think probably when you have the first corner kicks or free kicks, it's a little bit more fresh in the minds of the players probably. If you have one after 80 minutes, they start to become a little bit more tired and can forget things. Because if you look at the goal we score, there's a lot of movements going ahead of the situation we create for Schöller. And these movements are really, really important to score a goal like that. So I think the chance of scoring to start with, or some of the first ones, is probably a little bit higher, because there can be tiredness. And also when you start to change players, then there can be some miscommunication or some misunderstandings. So I think that's the answer.
Gibt's noch weitere Fragen? Wenn dem nicht so ist, dann sage ich vielen Dank für euer Interesse. Thanks again, Coach, for your time.
Of course.
Und wünsche noch einen schönen Sonntagabend.